Hello friend, Jim here with JB's Big Adventure, coming to you from Lake Chapala, Mexico. And I have actually made a new friend, and this is Arturo. And Arturo actually is the owner of the Funeral Chapala for 31 years now, right?
Yes.
And he is, we've been sitting here for a little bit, just talking about different things. The reason I'm doing this video about a funeral service, I've got a good friend here at Lake Chapala that has a good friend, and he passed away. And Barbara and I got talking and says, you know what, we need to take care of something like that ourselves. So this gentleman has nobody here except this friend of ours. And there's a lot of things that have to be done when it comes to passing away in Mexico. So I reached out to an attorney that deals with this kind of thing, and she told me about Arturo. And so that's the reason I'm here. And I just want to let you know, we've had a great conversation. And it turns out that I called this friend of mine who now has already been in contact with Arturo, and Arturo's going to also help him out now too. So the whole reason of this video is to let you know what needs to happen when in fact someone passes away here in Mexico, what the legalities are. And I really want to make some important points for you that you need to know about this. It's never a fun time for anybody. And even for us to think about our mortality, I think we think that we're going to live forever, but in all actuality, we don't. So this is a really important thing for those of us that are living in Mexico, specifically here at Lake Chapala. So Arturo, and he's concerned about his English, but I told him don't worry about it, he does just fine. Share with us a little about you. I do know that this is family owned.
Yeah.
You started, so you got your family working with you. And you were born and raised right here in Chapala.
Exactly.
And you've helped a lot of people.
Exactly.
And because you came highly recommended, that's the reason I'm here. And I see now why, in fact, they told me about you. So, friend, what I'm going to do is let Arturo share some things. And there's some really important things here that has to happen. And share with our viewing audience a little bit about yourself. Share a little bit about yourself, your family. Well, I'll just do this because I don't want to put them on the spot. But I'm going to share some things with you. And Arturo, if I make a mistake on something, you let me know, okay?
Uh-huh.
But here's the thing. There's actually a document that this needs to be filled out. And I've got mine for Barbara and I. Now, here's what happens when somebody passes away in Mexico. If we were in the States, who's the first person that we call? Yeah, we call the police. You don't do that in Mexico. Arturo was just telling me and sharing with me that there is somebody's body that he went to get. He walked inside, there was a bunch of police there, and for the most part, they were getting, how many pesos was it that she gave up? ¿Cuántos pesos? 11,000 pesos. So that's like, what is that, 5,000? That's basically be 5,500, something like that. So that's going to be $500, around $500. So Arturo says that's not what you do. Now, if you don't have a doctor, if you're here right now and you don't have a doctor, don't worry about it. Arturo's got one that he calls and gets things taken care of. But you're not living here yet. If you don't have a doctor, the thing you'd want to do is contact Arturo. And I'm going to make sure that you have all of his contact information. But what happens is there needs to be a doctor involved, not the police. What the doctor then does is, obviously Arturo is there. The doctor makes sure that there was no foul play, there wasn't a shooting, stabbing, that it was all natural causes, correct?
Exactly correct.
Okay, and so when it's natural causes, then Arturo is able to take the body. But he needs to have one of these filled out in advance, because when something happens, everything's taken care of. it's kind of like pre-need that is being taken care of in advance. And Arturo, if I'm understanding correctly, by having this, something happens, you literally take care of the rest of the paperwork then.
Exactly.
Rest of the paperwork, and he deals with everything after that, because on here it states that if you want to be have ashes, or what else they do? They put them in a casket and send them back to the States?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So another option would be is to put into a casket and taken back to the States, or to be cremated. Now, one of the things I was asking Arturo, because there's people here that actually what they want to do is be cremated, and what you do is you are able to actually spread the ashes on the lake in the mountain, but you do that not when it's inside the urn.
Yeah, no.
You don't drop the urn into the lake. But this is really an important thing, because it really made me realize that this is important. We move here as seniors. Now, I'm 63. I know, you must be 43.
Oh, 53.
And, but we're getting older. And as we get older, more and more people are dying off, especially those of us that are baby boomers. So it isn't a happy subject that we talk about, but it's an important subject. Barbara and I, we already went to a notario and had our living will done. So our will in the States does not transfer to Mexico. We had to have a separate will. If you don't have a will in Mexico and you have one in the States, you've got to get one here. It's got to be done by a notario. On top of that, this document's got to be done. They'll actually get a copy of your passport. And that's really important to have, because then they've got everything that they need to make sure that you are taken care of, the body taken care of, right?
Exactly.
Is there anything else that you're wanting to share? Would you like to, I know you're concerned about your English, but you did just fine. We spoke just fine. I will just tell you, I reached out to another funeral home here, and I was just amazed I just felt they were flaky. I mean, there's not a better word for it. And then I reached out to an attorney, and she's the one that told me about coming and seeing Arturo. So that's a good thing. So I believe, am I correct? Have I shared everything that I need to share? Is there anything else that you feel that would be important? I know Arturo right now, he's got somebody that passed away, and there was nobody here for the body, and it's caused a lot of problems now for you, because this person called the police, and the police got involved, and Arturo's not been able to get with the next of kin, so it's just caused a lot of problems. I'm sharing this with you because I don't want you to have to go through any of this. I mean, it's just not a good thing. And I couldn't see myself, something happening to me and having Barbara have to take the whole load on her shoulders to deal with it. But I'm so glad that I met Arturo, because I can just tell that he's only been doing it for 31 years. So he's actually been through a few of the processes. But he's literally located right here in Chapala. In fact, it's literally just like a block east of the main road going through Chapala. And so it's real, accessible to get here. He's got parking in the back and such. I just wanted to make sure that I had everything. Is there anything that you'd like to share also?
Okay. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, okay.
I told him his English is just fine. Done just fine. Very, very good. So I'm going to leave Arturo's information for you. And he does speak English. I know he's just not embarrassed, but he's apprehensive here. Doesn't want to say the wrong thing or say it wrong. And I can understand. He's a professional. So, but I just really want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time for me being able to come and talk to you to find out more about this, because I learned things I didn't know before. And that's how we learn. We learn by asking questions. And thank you for, sharing all the things that you shared. Thank you for speaking with my friend also on top of that. And I just want you to know that you're in good hands. And as I said, I'm gonna leave all the information and everything for Arturo. So you'll be able to actually reach out to him and have him take care of your case in whatever place that might be. So friend, I hope that's been helpful for you. I hope this information has been something that you can see be of value. And if it is, that's great. I'm just gonna ask that you do get in touch and reach out to Arturo. There's these 2 documents that you need to actually get filled out. I've got 2, because one's for me, one's for Barbara. I wanna make sure it's all taken care of in advance. You don't have to give him any money when you're doing this. This is just so he's got the information, right?
Only information.
Yeah. And so anyway, I think that's been of help. But again, thank you. I just want to always just say thank you for being a part of this channel and being a part of this community. We really appreciate you, Barbara and I both. And once again, Arturo, thank you so much. Muchas gracias for your time.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you have an awesome day, and we'll see you on the next video.